What happens when you buy someone's Magic the Gathering collection from the mid-90s? Well, as it turns out, sometimes you get more than just cards. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commanding Magic Season 2, Episode 8 is the episode that it is today, and it's Travis and Brandon here. Not convinced that Brandon isn't playing Destiny while we're recording.
You wouldn't be wrong.
How is that, huh?
It's alright, it's fun.
It's alright? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it would be watermelon? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Alright.
Let's go with that. I mean, it's fun. I enjoyed the first Destiny game for a while, and then it kind of just died on me.
I got into it super late in its lifespan. But the time that I did play, I had a good time. And I'm not too sure. I don't think I'm going to be playing like on launch or anything, which is right now, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I have other things to be doing just now. It's not for like unnecessarily that. It's not really because I don't want to play. It's just because I have other stuff going on right now.
No, it's just that, I don't have that high of expectations going into this. I mean, we'll see. I'll play through it. I'll get to level cap and then see what's going on from there. But so far, it's been okay.
Nice, very good.
Can't complain.
Man, I'm keeping up with the Ixalan spoilers. We have episodes in store for that, probably starting next week. But man, there's some fun looking dinosaurs coming out, and we're getting Spell Pierce again, man. Spell Pierce in Standard again. Crazy. So I'm really curious to see what else we get of that. I mean, pirates are looking fun. All the artwork for the Merfolk looks crazy good.
Yep. Dude, that art for Spell Pierce, though.
No, it's great. There's just a lot of cool stuff going on. So
we're getting Lightning Shock back.
Lightning Strike?
Lightning Strike.
There you go. Cool. Two different cards put together.
Lightning Bolt and Lightning Shock had a baby, and it was called Lightning Strike.
There you go. So that's your plan moving forward for the weekend, Brandon? Some Destiny 2?
Well, yeah, for the most part.
Seems good. I will be boarding a plane tomorrow in Denver to fly to Rhode Island.
I know.
I wish you were going so bad.
I do too. You just have to rub it in.
I'm not trying to bring it across that way, man. But yeah, so I will be going. I'll be arriving. It's funny. I leave Denver at 1, and I get to Rhode Island at 7, because it's a 4-hour flight plus the time change. So we'll see how that works out. And I just got no hotel for me. I got an Airbnb. I'm gonna be sleeping in some random person's bedroom. Spare bedroom, I hope.
Sounds fun.
Right.
I totally would have gone and, had the opportunity to give myself the weekend off, but,
I get you. It's okay.
More important things.
More important things, huh? But yeah, so
having a baby will do that too, Travis.
No, I mean, I get it. I totally understand. No hard feelings. I'll bring you some swag back.
I hope so.
And
maybe a copy of the what you call it.
Oh God, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's
some there's some cool promos to be had at HasCon. Definitely be getting those. Definitely gonna be picking up a double-sided Grimlock playmat. I hear that's pretty cool, but I'll be sure to come back with a full report on how all that went. Really looking forward to it. But for today's episode, we have something. It's a unique situation. I've never found myself in this situation before,
and I am so jealous.
I was gonna go check out one of the local hobby shops here in town, and I went and I got to the parking lot, and I got out of the car, and I was walking to the shop, and there was this lady getting boxes out of her trunk. Out of her car, and one of the boxes didn't have a lid, and there was just I saw a bag with some Urza's Saga tournament pack boxes in it, and a couple binders with cards, and I was like, I just I don't even know how to like put it. I was just like, it was like a 1, 2, 3 go thing. I was like, oh wow, check that out. Like, that's pretty cool. That seems like she had like 3 boxes, man, in her trunk, just sitting there. And she was like, yeah, I haven't played this game in like more than 15 years. So I just decided I'd come try to get rid of some of this stuff. And I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. And she was like, yeah, here, take a look. She handed me one of the binders. And on the first page, Brandon, the first page, I see Force of Will. It's right? Like, it's like the 9 pages, like the 9 pocket pages, right? And I see in the middle right-hand side one, at least 2 Force of Will. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. She's like, yeah, you want to buy them? I was like, like it's like I wasn't expecting it at all. And I was like, right. I mean, how much were you thinking? And she kind of like thought for just a hot second. She was like, $250. And then it was one of those things where it was like kind of like a do or die thing, you know? Like I was like, for all of it? And she's like, yep, $250, you could have it all. And I was like, I'll be right back. And I went to an ATM, I got some money out, and I put the boxes in my trunk, didn't even go into the hobby shop, and I went home.
Yep.
Still haven't been to that hobby shop.
And then you called me right after it happened.
I was like,
holy shit, you were in shock.
It was, yeah, like, I don't know, because like I sat down in my entryway living room area and just started going through it. Immediately, I pulled the Force Wheels out, tossed them in sleeves. Okay. And then, like, I just kind of like start going through binder for binder. Like, I'm noticing some things, but I'm not pulling like too much out just yet. Just kind of seeing what there is. There's like, it's like a lot of like mid '90s stuff, like Alliances, Ice Age, 4th edition. It's funny, like this person clearly started playing like just after Revised and just as Urza Saga was like starting. Yeah. You know? So it's like, man, if they would have just started a couple months earlier or stopped playing just a couple months later, this would have been like even more crazy of a collection. I'm not saying that it's like I'm disappointed like by any means. Like I had no idea what I was going into, you know. It could have been like there could have been a couple Force of Wills and then like gate crash bulk like for the like and when I say boxes, I mean like those like file boxes. You know what I mean?
Yep. That like bankers use.
Yeah, and that you put like just like a million bajillion manila folders in or whatever. Yep. And there's just like binders and binders and boxes, and like I found it was a very interesting process going through this stuff because there's like it was pretty organized. Like some of like the actual like long boxes that there were, it just seemed like random stuff that might have been parts of decks at some point. But I started going through one of the boxes because there was some sleeve cards in it. I was like, okay, well, let's just kind of start here. Let's see what's in these sleeve cards.
It's not a bad place to start.
Yeah. And immediately I find a playset of Force of Will. I was like, my God. So just to...
That's 6 Force of Wills?
To jump back, when I looked in that binder, it was 3 Force of Will and not 2 that was in that thing. I was like, so there's 3. Cool. I thought it was 4, like 2 or 4 or whatever. It was like thick, you know? I wasn't sure how many it was. I couldn't tell. I just kind of glanced at it. So that's 7 Force of Will. So I was like, well, I mean, that pays for it right there. So everything else is just extra. And, like, I'm just going to pull out some stuff here. I mean, I don't know what else to do, like, at this point, you know? Just
might as well go through. Since then, you have gone through everything, right?
Yes, I have gone through everything since then.
Have sent some stuff off to SCG.
I did, yeah. There was some. It was a lot of stuff like 4th edition or whatever, like lightning bolts. You know, like they're not really worth much, but when you have like 20 of them,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh man, you didn't tell me you had that many.
I definitely, yeah. I mean, I kept them. I kept some, like just in case you wanted some, specifically. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, stuff like that, like 15 copies of Counterspell from like Ice Age or 4th edition or something like that. Like, you know, a lot of stuff like that. And like just some other stuff that I didn't really like think I was gonna like hold on to or that I wouldn't really use. Like there was like a Back to Basics in there, which is like an enchantment that sees play in like Legacy, I think. Yeah. Just kind of some stuff like that. But like there was an exploration in there from Urza Saga, like awesome, solid enchantment. 2 copies of Intuition. like tight. A Lake of the Dead, which I was super stoked about because that card is awesome. But it's not something that I feel like I'd like buy,
Right.
like play set of Lord of Atlantis, like seems good.
Some money.
One, I hung on to them. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They're neat. I like Lord of Atlantis. Like an old soul ring from like Revised, I guess maybe. Like
having a Merfolk come back in Ixalan's not too bad.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm just like literally thumbing through a small stack here, like Concordant Crossroads, a couple of Shallow Graves, like just stuff you don't see every day,
Yeah.
And that's like some of like when I say like high dollar, like there were no Moxes, no duels, nothing like that. Like, and it's like I'm not disappointed. I'm really not. Like that was a fun part of the chase, Like look through and be like, what's on the next page? Like, could it be, right? Like,
yeah.
And it was funny because this is when I actually learned something that I did not know before.
What was that?
The set Chronicles are white bordered reprints of older sets. And so when I found like one of the pages had an Aladdin on it, and I looked it up and I was like, what? Like, crap, how much? Like, let me pull up. I'm just going to use SCG as a...
So some backstory with that, though. So the whole Chronicles being just a whole set of reprints is part of the reason why the reserve list was created.
Oh, really?
Because people hated that.
Dang.
They hated getting their stuff reprinted, and because that was just the first set that was nothing but reprints.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so yeah, Aladdin. I was like, oh, like $20, that's tight. Nope, because it's the Aladdin from Chronicles, so it's 50 cents. And then before I looked that up, there was like the green gin. I forget what his name is. I think it's Ernum gin or something. One of the green gin. And let's see if I can find it real quick. And I looked that one up and I was like, whoa, like $150 or whatever, because like these cards had just been in this binder like forever, it seemed, like I'd say most of them were just near mint. They'd never been played, just sat in this binder as a collection, and but then I was like, oh, Ernum Gin, crazy, and then I was like, oh wait, it's the Chronicles version, so it's not worth anything. So it was a learning experience for sure. But just like there are like multiple copies of all of the tutors from, I think, were they all in Visions? Like Worldly Tutor, Mystical Tutor?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I got a few of like each of those pretty much, except for Demonic Tutor. No Demonic Tutors. Or Vampiric Tutor or whatever the one that completes that set is.
Yeah.
So that's cool. A ton of Snowlands, like just Ice Age Snowlands.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No foils though?
Well, there weren't back then. It wasn't until Cold Snap that
right.
they made them foils. So yeah, these were like Ice Age Snowlands. I got a ton of Storm Crows from Alliances, and I don't know what to. I want to do something with them. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 23 Storm Crows. And they came in 2 different artworks, which is pretty cool. So I want to make like a collage out of them. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Would it be cool? I don't know. It might just be stupid.
I don't think so.
Stormcrow's pretty cool, right?
Stormcrow's a pretty cool guy.
Let's see. What else am I just like thumbing through this real quick? Like miscalculations, impulses, boomerangs, mana leaks, Ashnod's altars. I mean, I could keep going, but I'm not going to go through like every card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a signed Balduvian Horde, and it was signed by Mark Justice. Now,
Mark Justice?
Who is Mark Justice? Do you know? I had to look it up.
I don't.
Okay. Let me. I'm going to Google it.
Okay. With that accent.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I Googled it with an accent. So, Mark Justice is a former pro player. He had I think it was 1996 Worlds deck made after him. Like,
Okay.
he was part of that series, the Gold Border decks. And he was, like, apparently just a super celebrated player throughout. Like, he was, like, who knows, like, one of the first, like, players to really, like, start doing stuff for himself, like, making, like, a ton of money and, like, just... and then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't, like, it's probably really not worth much, or if anything, I don't really care about that. But it's, like, in a nice little plastic case, and I'm like, oh, he's like an old pro player. I'll put this on a shelf or whatever. It's a fun little talking point. But then I was like reading a couple more articles and stuff, and then I came across one that talked about how he was disqualified from GP Atlanta in 1997 for adding cards to his draft deck. And I'm like, come on, man. Why couldn't this have just been someone that was like a good old boy that played Magic back in the day, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was just...
When you should have just stopped there before you ruined your imagination.
Yeah, and I mean, I imagine there's only one Mark Justice in like the mid 90s Magic the Gathering pro scene, right? You know what I mean? So, he added a fourth muscle sliver to his draft deck, which originally only had 3. So he got disqualified for that.
Okay. Slivers. It causes disqualification.
Yeah, and then also apparently there was another part of this tournament. Well, it says... Hang on. And then... Okay, so I don't think that this was actually the disqualification, but this was something also that happened. Like, there was something happened between him and another guy where, like, his opponent accidentally knocked his die, so he didn't know what life total he was at. And then while the guy was resetting his life total, Mark, like, readjusted the other guy's life on his score pad. So it's like, oh, who's lying? You know? It's a pretty, like, it's left pretty ambiguous as to, like, because, like, no one was really, like, you know, somebody was doing something shady, but apparently in the end, no, like, punishment was, like, thrown down for this or anything. But anyway, it's just really weird that it's like, who, like, I feel like, you know, like baseball cards, you know, signed baseball cards are worth something. Signed, what other sports cards do people collect? I don't even know. Like football cards, is that a thing? But I don't know.
Are signed Yu-Gi-Oh cards a thing?
I'm sure they are. I don't know. It's like a fun thing to have, I guess. Just to, like, it's a piece of history in one way or another. It's a fun story. It's a fun story to tell. I dropped it on the floor, broken, dead, gone forever. So that was pretty cool. And there was also some just like literature as a
literature.
Yeah, a couple, like, there's like a Scry magazine from the 90s in one of these boxes, and it's really funny to look because there's like prices of Star Trek trading cards, prices of Lord of the Rings, and then you get to the Magic section, and then I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, let's look up the price of, let's see, Legends, Antiquities. Let's keep going back a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see. Beta.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, this is back when this is how people got their pricings for this type of thing, right. I guess. So let's go look. HIJKLM. Here we go. Oh, hey, check that out. Mox Ruby, $200.
Damn.
In fact, all the Moxes were at $200. Oh, but apparently, like medium condition ones, the market price went down a little bit because there's like a little arrow pointing down next to it. Like,
oh yeah,
it's a fun thing, a fun little like thing. Just be like, oh, let's see. There's like an article written here by Thomas Holmberg, and he wrote about this 4-color deck that he was doing really well. It's like, I don't know, it's like an old Nintendo Power, you know, fun to just flip through every now and then. And then I actually have an image of this that I'm going to put up here. Oh, Jesus, my God. What have I done?
You doing okay? You mess everything up?
I think it's all messed up.
We're professionals.
So yeah, I put an image up on the screen. It's a Magic the Gathering official encyclopedia, Brandon.
Okay.
I don't know. It's has some nice artwork on the front. I found the best picture I could online. It's even the picture online is not very good, but it has like just images of every cards, and even there's like even tick marks in this book. Like I guess like the person was ticking off things that they had or something.
Oh,
So it's
anything
like,
good?
I don't know. I haven't really flipped through it too much, but it's like fun little like they're a little fun piece of history. I actually looked up these.
Yeah.
There's apparently like 6 of these. This is volume 2 that I have. So it's like kind of makes me want to go and get
the other
and
5
yeah,
volumes.
yeah, just like have them on the shelf next to my stupid Scry magazine that I got.
No, you got a couple other things, right? You got a life counter.
Yeah, I'll definitely get to that. I have a couple more things to go through, but those are on the list, and I'm keeping those till last. I got a. I'm gonna put this up on the screen as well. A Magic the Gathering Pocket Player's Guide for 4th edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because the MSRP on the back is $8.95 US, but there's like a thing printed on the back that says special introductory price $7.95, but it's not even a sticker or anything. It's printed on the back cover. So I was like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to sell it for then? Are there other printings of this that don't have that? And like this is just like there's like the complex rules from back then, like how to play the game. Just a bunch of, I don't even know how to explain it. Like there's some really cool artwork in here, just like in black and white. I'm assuming that there's other copies of this as well. But this book I noticed when I was like, oh, I wonder how many pages this is. I'm gonna say on the show how many pages it is. Like no big deal, right?
Right.
So I flipped to the back, and the very last page is G16. I'm like, okay, that doesn't tell me anything. So I look at the table of contents, and every section, there's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G sections. Instead of having just a book full of regularly numbered pages, it goes like B1 through B60 or whatever, C1 through C7. And then it starts over every time you hit a new section, which is an interesting way of doing it, but
yeah,
also a fun thing. It came in this like it's like a haggard old box, but the box looks like a Magic the Gathering card.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the book came in a box. And also I found in this thing a Vanguard card. So Vanguard cards, I'm not sure like exactly when they like came about or when they were supposed to be used or whatever. But I got Gerard. These cards are bigger than normal cards, but smaller than the oversized commander cards.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find.
Oh, the Vanguard cards are on the Gather. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Not if you search just normally. Weird. But it is a big card with some like neat old style artwork of Gerard, and it says he's a character. During your draw phase, draw an additional card. So you draw 2 cards when you have this guy as your Vanguard, and your starting max hand size is -4, and your starting life total is +0. So you have a maximum hand limit of 3, and you start at 20.
All right, it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, sure. I like just again like I'll keep saying it over and over again, just like a fun thing there. But and there was also this really neat box, like a long box that like you'd think, like how Colin has those World of Warcraft collector's boxes or whatever.
Yeah,
they're long. Well, I got a Magic the Gathering one of those, and it's from the mid-90s. I'll put an image of it up on the thing here. I don't know why it's doing that. I didn't set it up to do it that way. OBS, why are you doing me wrong right now? But these were $19.95 US. It's printed on the sleeve. It had a sleeve, like a slip that goes over the box. And you got 2 Visions boosters in this, and it even has it printed on the sleeve. Like includes hard to find international boosters. So you got like foreign boosters of Chronicles, Alliances, This says Renaissance, but I don't know what that means.
Okay.
That's not a set, is it?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what that is. And then this other set that I just don't know. It's Terros Natales. Let me just Google that real quick.
Subscribe if you know.
Yeah. I got nothing on here. I think I'd have to do a little bit more research on that, but someone who can speak
Whatever
French,
language that is.
French, I think, because it's magic. L'Assemble. L'Assemble, I'm assuming, means the gathering. But so that's pretty cool, and like the box is in good shape.
About people who assume, Travis.
What do they say, Brandon? I want you to
Make
say
an ass
it.
out of yourself.
Oh my goodness.
I said it.
That's what I get. But yeah, box is really cool. It has like a cheetah printed on it. It's in like really good shape too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use it to hold my cards in. It even says on the slip that that's what you're supposed to use it for. But then I came across something a little more interesting.
There's more.
Like the literature part of it was really cool, but then I came across like a couple small like a small satchel, like a magic dice bag,
Yeah.
and it had a couple things in it. So the first thing that it had was this awesome, like the duelist life counter abacus thing.
Yeah.
And it's
I can
funny
hear you
because
messing with it.
yeah, can you hear that? Because I put the green one up on the screen, but I actually have the blue one. Because there's one for each color. So now it's like
an ASMR video of Travis messing with that.
oh god. But there's 5 of these, and I kind of want to get all 5 of them. But on eBay, they're pretty pricey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. I like to collect frivolous things.
Oh, who do you think you're talking to, Travis? Speaking of collecting things, I know this is complete, like, unrelated, but we went to the midnight release last night for Destiny, right?
Oh, cool.
And they gave out a little bit of swag, and we got our number called, right?
Yeah, sure, nice.
And we won an Atheon pot that we already have.
Oh, well.
Now we have 2.
At least you won something.
Right?
So the last, I got another life counter, not one of the duelist ones. It says it's from Scry, and it says Reaper on it. And what it is, it's almost like a little sundial. You have like a little piece of, what is it? Just like a piece of metal with some like numbers around it, like a clock or whatever. But except it goes to 20, like 1 to 20, like a life counter. And then you have another piece that goes into it with a hand coming up. The hand is like clutching, supposed to be like a crystal ball or something, and it fits into like a little groove, and you can tick it like around and use that as your life counter, assuming that you're never going to go above 20 life, I guess. But I don't know, man. Like these are like arguably the type of things that when you get a collection, like these are like the real things that kind of sweeten the deal,
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I was going to get these. If I would have seen these in there, I don't know if I would have wanted the collection more or less because of this, But just like randomly finding them in this little dice bag thing.
Just sweeten the pot for you.
Yeah, it was really awesome. So, so that's kind of what I'm sitting on now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to just like ship off like all the rest of the stuff just kind of as bulk because like it's really like pretty low value stuff. So,
yeah,
it's just going to probably sit in my closet otherwise, but this is like a fun little anecdote. Wasn't expecting it. Would I make the same deal again if I met someone else in a parking lot and just had a random collection?
Would you make a deal?
Yeah, I probably would. Like
Let's make a deal, Travis.
Well, it's funny because like with the stuff that I like shipped off to SCG, I was able to pay myself back already, like and then some.
Yeah. And that's not including the forces.
Right. Yeah. So I still have all the Force of Wills and some of this and like the stuff that I wanted to keep, plus all that extra like supplementary stuff. So now, I don't know, like I am like definitely a net positive, right?
Oh, you've got one other thing that you've not talked about yet. You got some sealed packs.
Oh yeah, you're right. I totally forgot to talk about that. I got in this collection, like a bunch of not a bunch, but like sealed.
6?
Yeah, 6 sealed booster packs. 5 of them are from Weatherlight, but they're all foreign. but they're all foreign in different languages. Like, none of these are in English. They're all in different languages, which is awesome. And then the other one is 5th edition, and the booster pack for that has that really awesome. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's a wolf. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell that one was.
I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think it's 5th edition. It has like a 5 printed on it. Where is that card? I don't know off the top of my head what the card is actually called, but it has some. Oh, here it is. Waialuli Wolf. Waialuli Wolf, and it has some of like the most like awesome artwork ever.
Yeah.
Like the wolf howling at the moon with like the wolf face like giant in the background with the I don't know, man, it's super funny. But I don't know. I'm not going to open them. I'm definitely going to hang on to them, and they're going to just be part of the things that I
own.
I want to put like all the silly stuff up on a shelf. I want to start a shelf for this stuff now, just cuz it's like not stuff you see every day. But
and then, like, unrelated, you started investing recently, right?
Very lightly, like very light investment as far as investments go.
Yeah, but still, it's
I decided to get a hold of a Judge Foil Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful, and I don't know,
everything you've ever wanted.
I mean, it's not even that. It's not like my favorite card or anything. It's a great, awesome, super powerful card.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'll hold on to it for a while and see what happens to it. Like, there's weird stuff happening with
the
market right now. Like, just it seems like some things are drying up. And, like, it's funny. I have a thing on eBay just for fun set now to tell me whenever a Foil Gaia's Cradle comes up. And it's either a proxy that you can buy for, like, $2. Or one that people are asking like $800 for, not how much I paid, by the way. And I don't know if they're selling or not. I haven't dug into it too much anymore, but I think I got a good deal on mine, and I'm just going to sit on it for a while. And if it tanks, then whatever. But if it goes up, then who knows? Maybe I'll unload it sometime.
You brought up something in conversation with me the other day about wanting to buy a. Did you want to get a foil Force of Will? Right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm considering getting a foil Force of Will. With the proceeds from this adventure that I went on, it's something that I can get. I am at a point where if I wanted to, I could. So, and if I did, I think I want the Judge one.
Yeah, instead of the Eternal Masters or the Invocation.
I hate the Invocation artwork. Look at that. That looks so dumb. But yeah, I think that I don't even know if they have the Judge 401 on here. They have the Eternal Masters Force of Will looks really awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. I just wish they had Masters Edition. No, I guess they just don't. Oh yeah, here it is. It had the same artwork in Vintage Masters, which is MTGO only. Yeah. So I'm considering it. I'm considering getting one of those. I mean, that artwork is awesome. It's a very iconic card. Like, even, like, just from a collector standpoint. Like, I don't know. Like, there's, like, something about it where it's, like, having that, like, Gaia's Cradle is really awesome, but having that Gaia's Cradle is just as awesome from a collector standpoint of having, like, my foil Japanese Tulsimir,
Yeah.
Like, it's just a collector's type thing. But in this case, it's, like, one of those situations where it could pay off in the end,
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then oh well. Then I'm a collector. I'm not an investor. I'm really not. I'm a collector above everything. So if I can like get a fat payout from it later, cool. But if I can't, then it's still something really awesome that I have, and that just like I'm stoked to just know that I have. I don't know.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. That's the state of my collection right now. But
doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got, honestly. we need to. I'm working on building blue, green, mid-range control type stuff. So me and you need to.
You know what?
What?
I sat down to start building the other day. I got Brago sitting out. I've got Slivers ready to take apart. And what other deck was I working on? Something else. Can't remember what. Oh, right, taking apart Necrosar. And I start going through Brago first, and I'm looking through. It's like, okay, what do I want to switch out? And I'm just sitting there looking through all this, and I just come to the conclusion that this is impossible. Like, taking apart a deck that you've had put together for so long is just so difficult. Which is something that you've done recently.
Like from a nostalgia standpoint, or just because... I think you just have to go do it, man. I took so many decks apart.
I know.
And like I've started putting stuff away. Like I put the lands away, so those are like gone. But I have like just like piles of stuff that were in those decks that I need to sort back out, and like what's staples and what's stuff that can just go back into like a box, because it wouldn't see much use other than that deck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should definitely have a deck building sesh pretty soon, because I'm excited to put this deck together and start playtesting it and stuff.
Well, yeah, I know I can take apart Brago, like Negusar, no problem.
Yeah,
it's just having the stuff to put it together. The new deck.
Yeah, I kind of found myself like running into having the idea in my head of like, if I take this apart, like half the deck is stuff that only goes in this deck, so why bother taking it apart? But I don't.
Yeah, right.
There's something like ultimately that is you feel very relieved having like so many less decks to worry about. Because I have this thing in my mind where when cards start like getting spoiled for new sets, I start thinking of like every commander deck that I have, and I'm like, what could go in all of these out of all this? And it's like I feel that if the deck is taken apart, it's like an out of sight, out of mind type thing. I don't have to think about it anymore. But yeah, I took apart like 6 decks or so. Feels good, man. So much less maintenance. Then I freed up a ton of staples for other decks. So whatever, man. Don't worry about it. You got anything else for us? Anything new on the horizons?
I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, we're going to be doing a spoiler video or two of Ixalan, and then hell, I don't even know what's coming out after that. You're going to be talking about HasCon and Iconic Masters.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be participating in a couple of those events, so I will definitely be back letting people know what's up. Unless I have to sign like an NDA when I go or something.
Oh man,
I think that's pretty unlikely. But
no, I don't. I mean, there's a chance, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I also think we should make sure we talk about the Ixalan spoiler sheet next episode.
Yeah,
because that's like a complete story. Like there's a beginning, middle, and end to that story now, as of recently. Yep. So, but anyway,
is nice.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode here of Commanding Magic, Brandon.
All right.
Thanks everyone for listening and watching. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, because we're not doing a whole freaking set of spoilers.
Right.
But yeah, check us out on social media. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We'd love to hear feedback from you guys. We like submit deck lists. We love reviewing decks. We used to do that all the time not all the time, but we used to do that when we streamed the show. We'd review deck lists, and it was pretty fun. Give suggestions and things like that. But yeah, we appreciate everyone who's listened. Even if you don't subscribe, it's fine. As long as you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, maybe next time.
Let us know why.
Who knows? Yeah. Whatever, man. But yeah, that's going to do it. Right. I'll see you guys after HasCon. And for now, it's going to be Travis and Brandon returning to the command zone.
Yeah.
Very good.